Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention for just one moment, please. First of all, you're all very welcome to Griffith College here. Before the ceremony begins, we'd just like to bring some safety announcement to your attention. There are 7 exits in the auditorium, 3 emergency exits to the rear of the auditorium, and 4 to the front of the auditorium behind me. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please proceed directly and calmly to the nearest exit to you. When exiting the building, please do not use the lift. Once outside the building, you are asked to proceed to Assembly Point G on the green over to this area here. In preparation for the ceremony, I would ask guests to please turn off their mobile phones. Please be aware that this event is being live streamed and photographed. And I would all ask you now to please stand for the Graduate Procession. Thank you. If you can all remain standing for the academic procession. Thank you.
Please be seated. Ian Erica, Agrina Ushla, Foilteroiv, Gudian Sharman Shaw in run for Dov Octany or Didakush or Aulamori and Colostra. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this graduation ceremony at which third level awards will be conferred on learners of Griffith College. I'm also delighted to welcome graduates and their guests who are not in a position to join us in person, but who are joining us online. Our panel members include Professor Diarmuid Hegarty, President of Griffith College, Ronan Fenlon, Director of Griffith College, Dr. Wasim Akhtar, Head of the college's Computing Science Faculty, John McDonough, Programme Director of the college's Engineering Programmes, along with Programme Directors and faculty lecturers involved in the delivery of our programmes. I'm Dr. Tomás McGuckagon, the college's Director of Academic Programmes, and I'm delighted to have the pleasure of being your MC for this graduation ceremony. Con túsa car leis na himachtaí, ar Minister and Tullav Diarmuid Hegarty, Uachtarán Colostra Griffith, Lauertsling, her Ceann and Colostra. I would like to begin the proceedings by inviting Professor Diarmuid Hegarty, President of Griffith College, to deliver a conferring address.
Distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, as I look out in front of me and I see all of the covered faces, I think all we need, in fact, is a couple of hoodies and sunglasses and we'd have a perfect gang of bank robbers. Hopefully, in fact, it won't last too long. And hopefully, in fact, within the not too distant future, we'll have left the masks behind and indeed all of the other protective measures that we have to consider now in the context of COVID. But health must take first place now. For you, can I just remind you, see, somebody's calling out for an application form there. That life is the realization of, the realization of life's dreams and ambitions is like a journey through mountainous terrain. Each struggle to a new peak is rewarded with a clear vision of the way ahead. Today, we celebrate your conquering that first peak. Graduates, today is your day at the mountaintop. Savor this moment and the vista it gives you. Let His joy live in your life forever. Remember, however, that during these difficult journeys, we are guided by the experience and dedication of others. Your guides were families, partners, friends, who shared your trials and tribulations, prepared meals for you, put up with your inevitable but hopefully few cranky moods, and those who so readily accepted the stress that you were so relieved to pass on. Now, in the time-honored tradition of Griffith College, I'm going to ask the graduates to stand up while the parents, families, and friends stay seated. And I'd ask you, the graduates, to turn back to your parents, partners, families, and friends. They're behind you. And express thanks for the support you've received over the years by acclamation, applause, cheers, or however you like. You may sit down. I'm reminded, in fact, of a wedding ceremony not so recently when the priest actually told us, he told the couple that they came in as two people, but they were leaving as one. And then described the bride backing the groom up against the wall outside the church and saying to him, "Now, John, I want you to remember from now to the last day in your life, I am the one." Well, today, you are the one. It's your day, okay? and we do recognize that. But I have to say, from my point of view, if anybody asks me how the graduation speech went, I can say it was interrupted by applause. As president of the college, you would wish me to acknowledge the work of my colleagues as members of board, as heads of faculty, as lecturers, administrators, librarians, all of whose work contributed to your success today. Today, I want to look at the COVID landscape through which you have traveled and how it has challenged you and changed us all forever. You've faced many trials, including for some here, the grief of loss of someone dearly loved. We ourselves lost our chairman, Frank Scott Lennon, to COVID last month. Not just a close friend for over 40 years, Frank was a mentor and inspiration to us all. We were inspired by his courage, his tenacity in fighting illness, in this case it was cancer, for so many years, and his piercing objectivity applied to the resolution of many conflicting situations here in the college. And we describe our loss in these words: the unrelenting minute he filled with service done, our Maker's meaning in it, for so his life was run. Farewell, you Christian soldier, your courage ne'er undone. Rest well, you Christian soldier, for you life's battle won. Many of this audience who have lost close relatives or friends to COVID will relate to these words and will understand the depth of grief occasioned by the loss. Our thoughts and our condolences are with them at this moment. We're currently living a worldwide track that has changed our lives beyond recognition. We never anticipated that a 21-day global lockdown would actually go on for months and turn our lives upside down. We started doing things differently. We needed to be creative and work with what we have. And we started witnessing some historic changes worldwide. While COVID-19 engrossed us in its fear, it also helped us see the world with a new lens. We realized the value of our communities. We realized the importance of life and what truly matters in it. And we had to unlearn old patterns and realize that happiness lies in little things. Simple things we overlooked months ago, like a hug or calling over to our friends or family. These simple things we took for granted, we now look forward to every single day. This pandemic taught us it is time we appreciate our close ones, to be grateful for what we have, and it reminded us that life is fragile and it is time to work together and lift each other up. These past months have witnessed a vast sea of kindness and compassion in our communities around the world. It has led to countless acts of selfless heroism in hospitals and care homes. It has encouraged many of us to use our ultimate strengths to serve our greatest purpose, and suddenly giving our lives new and inspiring meaning. Among other things, the pandemic has required us all to draw on skills and attributes such as adaptability, resilience, positivity, tenacity, and empathy. And we've been so fortunate to see our planet heal, if only temporarily. On your graduation booklet, that's on the inside front cover, you will see 2 satellite images of Beijing, before and during lockdown. The air pollution covering a substantial part of northeast China is indicated in color. As the skies cleared up, the image beside it, okay, shown by by satellite, shows the pollution cleared. In these 2 images, we fully appreciate the impact of pollution on our planet. And as everyone, including Mother Nature, had a breather during lockdown. Also, as we withdrew to our homes, wildlife took to our streets with no fear of losing their lives. Again in your graduation booklet, this time on the inside back cover, you would see an image of a fox wandering through Grafton Street in broad daylight. Wouldn't do that today, but he seems to be heading towards the BEIE. I wonder, did he think it was Johnny Fox's? But unfortunately, nobody told him that the pubs were closed. This pandemic's most important lesson has taught us to let nature heal itself and not to take it for granted. Our planet is all we have. We cannot exploit it more than we have already. But then, in March 2020, in a very short period of time, you had to adapt to an entirely new way of learning due to the COVID pandemic. Gone was the ability to sit in lectures and labs with fellow students. Isolated at home, online lectures required you to become more independent in your studying and assignment work. It is a testament to your adaptability that you survived and thrived in this independent way of learning. These skills will serve you well in your respective careers. Your learning will be lifelong as you independently upskill and as your field changes over the coming years. When the learning skills forced on you by COVID will serve you well. As the COVID generation, you've largely had to acquire these valuable skills yourselves, and nobody can take these from you. This global pandemic has forced us to embrace the dawning of the era of agility and resilience in the face of severe adversity. We had no other choice but to face the challenges head on and adapting to our ever-changing circumstances. Pre-COVID, we were already understanding the greater need for agility, an ever more volatile and disruptive and complex and uncertain world. The pandemic vastly intensified these conflicting forces, and the disruption forced us to embrace agility for our betterment. The turbulence made it necessary to challenge the status quo and to reinvent how our world can function. You've risen to this challenge, and hopefully throughout your lives will continue to do so. The COVID pandemic also has affected how we work. When COVID first hit, businesses and enterprises that could adapted to an entirely remote way of working, including innovative ways of customer service, such as five-star restaurants transformed to food trucks. Many of these changes are here to stay. Not so sure about the food trucks, but certainly remote and hybrid working is here to stay. COVID has also seen rapid innovation, particularly in the medical fields with the advent of mRNA vaccinations, originally developed for COVID, now being trialled for malaria and HIV vaccines currently under development. An innovative educational challenge is the expansion of apprenticeship-type learning from the traditional trades to administrative and professional work. The major challenge is to change people's attitudes to apprenticeship. People consider apprenticeships only relevant to the trades, and in particular the building trade, whereas in countries like Germany, leaders of major multinationals started life as apprentices. Griffith is already the education provider for 2 national apprenticeships in healthcare and bar management. Allied to this are the development of micro-credentials, awards for individual modules of courses allowing learners to learn at their own pace, to try courses in a different field or enhance their skills further. Your COVID-acquired skills ideally place you to exploit micro-credentials. Ireland is being held up globally as a shining example of determination and solidarity, how as a society we faced COVID head-on. Clear messaging emanated from government and health authorities, followed by the imposition of appropriate restrictions, eased and reimposed in a fluid fashion as circumstances required. The focus, or the common focus, and lack of divisiveness was heartening and reassuring. The government approach, seeking buy-in rather than being heavy-handed as in other jurisdictions, elicited a very positive response, resulting in high levels of compliance with sometimes extraordinary restrictions. This aided us to flatten the curve and to allow for gradual easing of restrictions. But we should be cautious. As the number of COVID infections increase rapidly now, we need to resume this buy-in. The various financial support schemes costing over 12 billion since the start of the pandemic have demonstrated to us the value of European solidarity. Your mission is to pass these lessons of solidarity, agility and resilience to the next generation. In this respect, this year's graduates are in good company. Griffith students have won external awards across all faculties, including an ACCA, that's accountancy, first place in the world in the subject strategic business reporting, scoring 94%, highest mark worldwide out of 8,395 worldwide students. A student basically won the Gallery of Photography Graduate Award in 2020. 2 students won as Media Photographer of the Year in 2019 and 2020. A graduate won the Public Relations Institute of Ireland Young Communications Professional Award in 2021, and another student won Video Journalist of the Year award. Another, in the area of film, won Best Film Documentary Short at the Prague International Indie Film Festival in 2021. And another, Best Film at the LGBTQ Toronto Film Festival in 2021. And another one at the LGBTQ Documentary at the Venice Shorts in 2021. The film also won official selection at the Indie Shorts Awards in Cannes and official selection for Montreal Independent Film Festival. A design student was shortlisted for a Future Makers Award by the Design and Craft Council of Ireland, and another student in design was shortlisted for the Institute of Designers in Ireland award, a Graduate Design Award. So, you know, we look forward to each of you, in fact, emulating the success of these students in your professional lives. As regards your career prospects, the growth of the Irish economy is evident from news that Ireland remains on the shortlist for billions of euros investment in Intel. You are entering a labour market that never was as favourable as it is now to the graduate. Make the most of it. There's also the presence of the increasing number of high-growth tech companies setting up in Ireland or continuing to scale up their operations on an international basis already established here in Ireland. Examples of recent new investments include the advent of TikTok and Riot Games opening a new remote broadcast and content production centre in Dublin, and the Irish-led Sunry raising 50 million for cloud security platforms. Announcements of new jobs in IT and pharmaceutical sectors are regular occurrences almost on a weekly basis. And for those of you who become accustomed to online working, of which I was praising you not only a few minutes ago, I have to suggest the following back-to-work guidelines. And these are for when you find yourselves no longer remotely sitting in front of a camera, but actually sitting in the company meeting room. Back to the reality of 2 years ago. And these are the guidelines. First of all, do not attend in your dressing gown. You will not be able to turn off the camera. Secondly, do not share with your colleagues that your boss is talking rubbish. You will be unable to go mute. Nextly, do not point out the sound is all clear at your end. Thirdly, do not make faces in response to ridiculous suggestions by your boss. You can't go off video. And next, do not offer to switch on sharing. And next, do not offer to host a meeting, particularly if it's been chaired already by your boss. And finally, do not say that a document was not attached, particularly when you've been given that document physically earlier in the morning. All maybe rules we must remember when adapting what is now the strange new world of working again in the office. Computing science is an incredibly dynamic discipline. Our computing science graduates' readiness as IT specialists is evident from their projects, which range from predicting house prices, something we sorely need right now, and network threat network threat detection, backed by machine learning, and modeling how computer viruses self-modify to evade detection tools. Educational websites, mobile apps to help busy parents, rich interactive websites that explore such topics as sustainable living and fight against climate change. We expect to see more applications of machine learning and artificial intelligence based on platforms such as IBM, Watson, Google TensorFlow, DeepMind, Microsoft's Azure Machine Learning, and robotic process automation. All of these will improve productivity and achieve enhanced digital transformation. To our German graduates, may I say, wir begrüßen alle unseren deutschen Studenten und ihre Familien, die gekommen sind, um gemeinsam mit ihnen zu fahren. We're delighted to have many students from India graduating here. Bharti Chatra, me apka or apke ka walunka, swahagat katahun. And ma pipa donaja. Ma pipa donaja. How far? How you day? No wahala. But we too have our challenges. Key to the value of your awards will be our national degrees becoming Griffith College degrees. under delegated authority to make our own awards. There should follow university status now open to Institute of Technology through amalgamation, which given our size should be open to us. We too have to have faith. And as you glimpse the world from your current mountain peak, may I express the hope that over your period with us, Griffith College will have found a place in your heart as you have in ours. I want you to know that you are always welcome on campus, socially or educationally, or just to show off the new BMW. I think given computer salaries these days, I'm probably underestimating. I should probably say to show off the new Telsa. Good luck with it. May I conclude by congratulating you on this success and by wishing that you may harness the knowledge and experience you have acquired here in Griffith College to achieve what you richly deserve, a successful and fulfilling career. Thank you.
Anish bhfuil fáilte go ráibh go dtí an cuidead den ócáid ina run for cáilíochtaí náisiúnta agus idirnáisiúnta ar Vic Lane and Coláiste. I now welcome you to the part of our proceedings at which national and international awards will be conferred on graduates of the college, and I declare open this awards ceremony. Iram ar an talamh Diarmaid Hegarty, Uachtar an Coláiste Griffith, cáilíochtaí náisiúnta agus idirnáisiúnta a bhrunna ar na fálamóirí atá dar Herbert ag an Coláiste. I now call upon Professor Diarmaid Hegarty, President of Griffith College, to confer awards on the learners of this college presented by the college for that purpose.
Let me first explain the significance of this particular moment. You may recall that up to now in my address I've been referring to as graduands, and that's the Latin gerund, that's those in course of graduation. Okay? From this moment of conferring onwards, you become graduates, those who have graduated. Now, this actually doesn't change anything in terms of your effort, your commitment, and the work you've undertaken, already well done at this stage, and already you have well earned the accolade that is now being conferred upon you. But it is that formal moment. This is the formal moment when those degrees are actually conferred upon you, and you can refer to yourself as a BSc. So, ha can Coláiste I Griffith agus cóla diabhú calíchta agus calíchtaí éireann, brunam calíchtaí ar fealamóirí an Coláiste a bhíonn caidán amach I lec na calíchtaí agus iram go gurtar na fealamóirí féim a bhrád. Now, I suspect that there are a few people in the audience who mightn't quite have understood those words because they weren't brought up to learn the Irish language, so I'm going to actually repeat it in English. On behalf of Griffith College and Quality and Qualifications Ireland, I hereby confer the awards on the learners of the college who've achieved the standards determined for those awards, and I ask that those learners be presented to me.
Iramanish ar an Dr. Wasim Akhtar, Ceann Dáibhe, Irhori Irkema on Dáibh Riamhreachta a Coronar Láthar. I call upon Dr. Wasim Akhtar, Head of Faculty, to present postgraduate and master's candidates from the college's Faculty of Computing Science.
Good evening. On behalf of Computing Science faculty, I extend enthusiastic congratulations to our graduates. We applaud your achievements and wish you great opportunities and success in your future endeavors. It has been a great privilege to witness your progress, and it is a great pleasure to see you graduating today. Your journey to the completion of your study has not been an ordinary one. This has been an extraordinary journey through exceptionally unusual times. You faced immense disruptions. During these disruptions, your ability to adopt and your determination to continue on have been outstanding, and this is what has made all the difference. Yes, today is an important day. Today you have achieved a major milestone. Today is also the day the tomorrow for which you have been preparing for has arrived. Today marks the beginning of the next chapter in your story. As you have successfully completed your studies, navigating through these extraordinary times, I have no doubt that you are ready to move forward. The skills that you have acquired through your studies and the life experience that you have gained while managing this epic disruption will enable you to develop original and creative solutions fit for this age of disruptive IT innovations and suitable for this new reality of online existence. This also confirms your readiness to adopt creative and blue sky thinking and to aim for innovations that are free from the constraints of old-fashioned world. As you are gradually coming out, as we all are gradually coming out of this disruptive time, we find ourselves in a post-COVID world of hyperconnectivity, digital workplace, and online existence. The IT systems, services, and products that you will develop will be essential for the functioning of this new world, and there will be opportunities for you to contribute towards the good of society and the betterment of humanity. Always be mindful of ethical and social implications of what you develop and create. As you build your career, never lose sight of the goals that exist beyond the paycheck. This is where you can make a difference. President, I present the following candidates who have successfully completed the master's and postgraduate diploma in science in big data management and analytics and who are worthy of their QQI awards. For postgraduate diploma in big data management and analytics, I call upon Emmanuel Sandeep Bandala. Bothana Sirinivas Chittipothu. Mani Kumar Vecha. And for Master of Science in Big Data Management and Analytics, I call upon Hidayatullah Amanullah. Amal Babu. Karina Hema Dapika Bodu. Mariam Abimbola Brimo. Nikhil Castro. Dinesh Reddy Devareddy. Rohini Priya Jaladi. Marco Jordansha Savanto. Abe Jose. Daniel Joseph. Ginu Joseph. Tejasvi Voletti. Gayatri Manivanan. Siravani Ritikota. Darshini Manoharan Devendran. Now I call upon the graduates of 2020. Arshi Bilal Al-Ansar. Muhammad Ibrahim Amjad. Rahul Arya. Akhilesh Balaji. Ram Prasad Balasubramanian. Ankita Mukul Kumar Das. Darsh Himanshu Doshi. Rashi Chandrasekhar Gupta. Shweta Gupta. Shraddha Kadeyam Ramaswamy. Akib Khan. Shubham Giriraj Prasad Khandalwal. Kamakshi Bimal Mehta. Goktuk Uzak Sher. Roshi Vijay Parekh. Venkata Chalam Rameya. Saurabh Singhani. Utsav Ashish Shah. Utej God Thigula. Esulas Turker. Rihan Devindra Vora. We say in Arabic, Mabrook atamanna lakum at-tawfiq fil mustaqbil. And we say in Urdu, Bahut bahut mubarak mustaqbil ke liye bahut si duaein, which means congratulations and best wishes for the future. Thank you.
Iramanish John McDonough, Stjorahor Clor Inal Thorachta, Irahori Herbert. I call upon John McDonough, Programme Director, to present the candidates in respect of the college's Industrial Engineering Programme.
President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and graduates of the Bachelor of Engineering, welcome. I'm very happy to talk to you today and present the parchments that signifies the necessary course of study has been completed and the graduate is qualified and ready to play an active role in the field of industrial engineering. Let me remind you why you first joined this program. It was to become a qualified engineer, to take the next step up in your career, and to make lots of money. So, seriously, you have learned the skills and methods which allow you to increase your contribution to the successful outcomes in your work. You've already demonstrated this in your cohort's capstone projects, reducing setup time for light rail maintenance, fixing ultrasonic probe leaks, automating manual processes, eliminating bottlenecks in the production line, making ergonomic improvements. These are just some examples of how you are giving your employees the benefit of what you've learned within months of starting the program. A significant number of candidates are coming from companies that are trying to grow their in-house industrial engineering capability. This contributes to their bottom line immediately. One of the reasons is because the techniques of industrial engineering are extremely practical and almost immediately part of the company's improvement plans. We say, engineers make things, industrial engineers make them better. You are all playing your part in this competitive effort through the application of these IE techniques and tools. They've stood the test of time, and they've been adopted by all the leading companies in the world. The IE adapts a role that is critical in developing and maintaining the competitive advantage, a role that is rightly prized in these uncertain times. We've come a long way since you've started on your journey of learning with us, and we're very proud of your achievement, and you should be as well. For a career in engineering and management, you're all about to become industrial engineers. Well done. I can tell you this is no small accomplishment, and now I can look forward to working with you as fellow members of the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers, where we can watch your careers grow and prosper. President, I now present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed a Bachelor of Engineering, and I would ask you to present their parchments.
Okay. May I take this opportunity, before we call the students, to welcome the President of the Irish Institute of Industrial Engineers, Jim O'Sullivan. You're very welcome.
Thank you. Chikosi Anawalu. Devin Long. Connor Mahoney. And from our 2020 cohort, Mario Agula.
And as we conclude our conferring of awards for graduates here today and your colleagues attending online, I'd like to invite everyone to give a special round of applause to all our graduates who are graduating today. Tá anás inis ag gláiste dúise bhrunna céimethe when Barfiaush went mock in a good lane, Bronerum. The college now has the pleasure of announcing a prize in respect of a graduate who's achieved excellence in his studies or their studies. So I have a prize to announce in respect of the Master of Science in Big Data Management and Analytics. The college wishes to announce the best academic achievement on the Master of Science in Big Data Management and Analytics is awarded to Marco Jordansaya Suanto. Ian Erica, a gwine uisle, Coram Creach leis an Sharman seo chun dábhachtaí a bhrunna Alumni an Coláiste, ber an buchas live Galair. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony for the purpose of conferring awards on the graduates of the college. My best wishes and thanks to you all. While the graduates are here with us, I'd like to take this opportunity to briefly mention the Griffith College Alumni Network. With over 40,000 graduates living in Ireland, Europe, and in over 104 countries worldwide, the network is an excellent way to stay in touch with classmates, fellow graduates, and the college. The network is also proving to be a valuable resource for recent graduates seeking or changing employment. As the college moved towards its 50th anniversary, we're also delighted to see our graduates from earlier years using the network to recruit Griffith graduates to meet their own organisation's needs. Details about the network are available on griffithalumninetwork.com and from the college's website. Finally, we would like to thank all our graduates and guests for your attendance here today and online. For those attending here on campus today, we regret that we're not in a position on this occasion to invite everyone to mingle and celebrate together afterwards indoors over drinks and refreshments as we had hoped and planned. We recognise that health and safety must remain our first priority, and thank you for your support and compliance under the current prevailing circumstances. For now, to our graduates, we wish you every joy and happiness in celebrating your success with your close friends throughout the day. And as a token, we've small boxes of chocolates for everyone as you leave the auditorium. In the future, and hopefully near future, we look forward to meeting you again on campus without restrictions as you continue to develop your successful careers. In the meantime, please stay safe and well. Please stand for the academic procession.
you.